I am super excited because the Go Foundation is coming to South Australia. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the Go Foundation. Adam Goodes and Michael O'Loughlin left Adelaide when they were 16 years of age. They were drafted. They went over to the Sydney Swans and they absolutely carved it up. They carved it up a bit too much as far as I'm concerned because I'm a supporter. But anyway, we'll leave that aside and we're friends again at the moment. But they, about 10 years ago, said that they wanted to give something back to Indigenous communities over in Sydney because they had felt so welcomed by the communities over there. They wanted to give something back, and they embarked with some friends to set up a foundation which is truly inspirational and has changed lives, absolutely changed lives. There is just no doubt about that. Fast forward 10 years, they've now got a very, very resolved methodology and system for trying to help as many people as they possibly can in this area. It started in Sydney. Usually after something starts in Sydney, it goes to Melbourne, then it goes to Brisbane, maybe it will go to Perth. Guess what? We've jumped the queue. It's coming to Adelaide next, and so it should. We are super excited about this. We're super excited because their board met this afternoon in Adelaide, and I'd like to acknowledge the board members that are here with us today, especially the chair of the board, Sam Mostyn, who is with us tonight. We're really grateful. We know that working together we can do everything we can to transform lives. I'm very impressed about the way that the Go Foundation identifies people and knows that they can make a difference in lives, especially by making sure that young people get off to school, learn, but not just in primary school or secondary school, but all the way through into university and then ultimately into employment. This is a great foundation. I'm so pleased that it's coming to South Australia, and now I'm going to invite their fabulous Chief Executive, Shirley Chowdhury, who's going to come and tell us just a little bit more about the Go Foundation. Shirley.
Evening, everybody. It's my privilege to be up here tonight representing the Go Foundation. Thank you, Premier Marshall. I'm not quite sure how I follow that, but I'll give it a go. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we meet tonight on Kaurna land, and it's our privilege to launch the Go Foundation on land that our founders, Adam and Michael, have such a strong connection with. I pay my respects to elders past and present and welcome all Indigenous Australians who are with us tonight. In particular, I'd like to pay a special welcome to family and friends of Adam's and Michael's who are here tonight, especially Mick's mum, who joined us. We are so grateful that we are here launching at this iconic event. You know, 700,000 visitors, the second biggest festival in the world. It is incredible that this is the place we are launching tonight, and I think so special that we're part of it. So to Heather and David, thank you so much. Really, really means so much. What I'd like to do, I know the people you really want to hear from are Adam and Michael. I often have the task of preceding them, so I'm going to be really quick. As the Premier mentioned, our board is here, and I think it's testament to how committed our board are that they are all here tonight except for one who couldn't attend. Everybody's flown in from Sydney, and some of our key ecosystem partners have flown in from Sydney as well. And I'd like to talk about those partnerships and how it is that we came to launch in Adelaide today. It's been on the agenda for Adam and Michael for quite a long time, and I know they're going to talk to you about why Adelaide and why it's so important. But launching in a new city where you don't necessarily have connections and don't know people is not the easiest thing to do, and you need people on the ground who are championing your cause and championing what you do. And in our case, it started at the top with Premier Marshall, the Fringe, but also with our ecosystem partners who were part of the journey with us in Sydney. And tonight I'd like to call out a few partners in particular, but GHD, who really trod the path for us and introduced us to all their partners and suppliers. And I know many of you are here tonight. And one woman in particular, Van Tung, who's here at the front. who spearheaded that. I think it's also important to mention KPMG, who are our ecosystem partner, and this morning confirmed that they are going to support the program that Go puts forward in Adelaide, and Bird in Hand Foundation, who are also here, who are supporting us to the tune of $25,000 per year and supporting 50 primary school scholarships. So thank you to all of those partners. I want to very briefly tell you what it is we do and how we do it, and what we're doing in this great city. We provide scholarships to Indigenous students from kindergarten through to university. And the reason we do that is because our research has shown that if we can make that journey through school more enjoyable, more rich and rewarding, our students will self-select further education. And if they self-select further education, incredible things happen. Obesity rates go down, nutrition improves, health improves, earnings prospects improve, employment improves, life expectancy even improves. It is remarkable. So we take a top-down approach and we support these children through their education. Our scholarships are for educational purposes, and they allow our students to buy laptops, get access to subsidised Wi-Fi, go on excursions for the first time. Michael and Adam will tell you that they never went on an excursion as children, and we're changing that through this program. Our students buy musical instruments, they do drama classes. They have the same dreams and aspirations as every other child. And what our program allows them to do is to tap into those dreams and hopes and actually see them fulfilled. That's not all we do though, and that's not how we're changing the system. Our systems change is through the corporates that we partner with. And our ecosystem is a nod to the fact that alone we can't do it. We are better with our partners. And our partners, like the ones I mentioned, GHD, Bird in Hand Foundation, KPMG, they provide access and opportunities to our students. They open doors, and that opening of doors changes lives. Our students get to see things and do things and attend events and get access to education that they just otherwise wouldn't get access to. I'd like to leave you with one story, if I may, and then I'll turn over to the founders of the Go Foundation. We get emails in our inbox all the time from people asking for scholarships, and we have this great ability at Go to provide ad hoc scholarships out of cycle. And one young social worker sent us an email telling us about a young man who needed support. He was from Sydney, living in residential care, and that's where you go when foster care doesn't want you anymore. And this email was like so many other emails in all respects except one. At the bottom, it said he wanted to be an astrophysicist. 17. When I was 17, I didn't know what astrophysics was. So I met with this young man, and on a Tuesday morning at 11, I sent an email to a large number of ecosystem partners asking them for a series of support, a series of things that would be supportive for this student. And at 9 o'clock that night, I sent out an email to those ecosystem partners confirming that GHD had provided him with a full-time job during the holidays so he could earn some money. St Gregory's College in Sydney provided him with a place to live, tuition-free and rent-free for Go until his HSC or Year 12 exams were finished so that he could study. UTS, University of Technology in Sydney, offered him a Vice-Chancellor's scholarship to enter a Bachelor of Science degree, and GHD offered him a part-time job 1 day a week throughout his science degree so he could support himself. UTS provided him with residential college accommodation throughout the duration of his degree and provided him a place to live when he finished the HSC. That student today has finished his internship, his full-time internship at GHD. He wrote 2 business proposals at the end of his internship that landed business for GHD. He's now doing a Bachelor of Engineering, not a Bachelor of Science, because he loved his time at GHD so much. And he's going to make a massive difference. He's going to be an astrophysicist. And one of the people here tonight from GHD rang me that day when I sent out that email, and she said it was the most joyous day of her career, because that day we changed one life. And that's what this organisation is about. It's about creating connections between individuals and creating connections and opportunities for Indigenous Australians. It's my privilege now to introduce the two men who founded the Go Foundation. I'm going to get a bit emotional because I think for us, launching in this city, in their hometown, is such a momentous occasion in the journey of Go. Adam Goodes, 2014 Australian of the Year, Sydney Swans champion, Michael O'Loughlin, Sydney Swans champion, both co-founders of Go, and sons of this great city. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Goodes and Michael O'Loughlin.
Thank you, Shirley. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Michael O'Loughlin. I'm a proud Narungga, Ngarrindjeri and Kaurna man. It's great to be home. A lot of thank yous, obviously acknowledgement to country. Thank you, Arnie, for that. It's always good. I feel 10 feet tall when we come home. So it's always good. We've been 24 years for me in Sydney, living in Gadigal country. So it's always good to be back, put my feet in the ground and walk around and see my people. So brilliant to be here tonight. Thank you to Heather, David, for hosting us, giving us a platform to be able to talk about the Go Foundation. Premier, thank you for your kind words, utilising your boardroom today and eating all your biscuits Adam did. Thank you very much. GHD, we've been mentioned, thank you for making this possible tonight. Our partners are our strength, along with our board, Sam Mostyn, Peter Mura, and the rest of our crew. We're so thrilled to be here tonight, so thank you very, very much. Our CEO, you heard from Shirley, she is an absolute little pocket of dynamite, that one. You see how passionate she speaks about what we do and what we're trying to do. Shirley, you've been steering the ship now for a couple of years, and thank you. I know it takes a lot of time out with your family, so Adam and I absolutely appreciate your hard work. We wouldn't be here without you, so thank you very much. I guess the last one before I talk about what Go does, and it's been touched on a little bit, but just with my family, thank you for your support. My mother's at the back there. She's 5'3", can't see, but you can hear your son's voice, Mum. Yep. My sister's here, Gabrielle, thank you for coming. Auntie Marg, all of my family have been so supportive. As I said, spent a lot of time away from Adelaide. It's always great to come back. The Go Foundation, we've always done a lot of school visits, community visits and hospital visits to talk about healthy lifestyles and right decisions and whatnot. And we're no angels, but I think the beauty of what we've been able to do is we've come from nothing and we got there through hard work and we've been able to accomplish a little bit. We saw a bit of a gap with what's happening in education and hence why the Go Foundation had started. I'm really proud that what we're doing in Sydney, and Sydney's been an amazing home for us, but this is home. So it's great to be back in South Australia, taking our scholarships to my old junior primary school, Salisbury North, and Paralowie High School. There's some representatives here. I remember going through the corridors, walking through the high school and going to see the principal and the powers that be and talk a little bit about what Go Foundation wants to do for Paralowie High School and Salisbury North Junior Primary School. And I must admit, I had the cold nerves, the sweats. It's the first time I went back to the principal's office with some good news, instead of being in detention all the time. But we're not here to talk about detention. We're here to talk about the opportunity that our board, our family at Go are trying to create with our young people. And we're so proud, we're so rapt to be here and to launch this has been a dream of Adam and mine for a long, long time. And to be able to bring it home, as I said, we feel 10 feet tall, and I don't want to keep anyone else waiting now because I know we've got some great festivities to go, and Adam's going to say a few words. But thank you for your support. Check out the Go Foundation on the website. Speak to Shirley. We're really proud to be South Australians back home and doing what we're doing, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. That was very nice of you to welcome everyone that way. I too am a very proud Adjinamatna Narungga man, born in Wallaroo, just down the road. Very proud to be back home being able to launch these scholarships, for our people back here in South Australia. We heard a little bit about what we do, but the reasoning behind why we do it. We have a 60% focus on our young women at our scholarships. We think that's very important because a lot of our girls miss out on that education opportunity. Michael and I have both been raised by very strong women in our life, and without those women playing their roles for us, instilling that discipline, that desire that you have to make sacrifices if you want to be good at something. But the biggest thing that they did for us was they packed our bags when we were 16 and 17 and said, go out there and try your best. And for us to have women in our life being able to do that and give us the morals and the support that we needed to go over there and make a go of it was quite incredible. And when we targeted education as the way forward the way that we can make a big difference, we reflected on our own lives, and we target kids who are like Michael and I. We're the eldest in the family. We know if we get it right with that eldest son or daughter, the siblings will follow, and any parent in the room will know that if big brother gets in trouble, guess who's right next to them? Their brothers and sisters. So what we need to do is keep focusing on what we've learnt over our journey and focusing on 60% of the women, our oldest in the family, and also engaging our family members that it's a journey together. Putting our kids through school isn't about the kids' choice and what they want to do, it's a family and school and foundation commitment, and that's where our ecosystem really provides that extra support, like Shirley said, to be able to create those opportunities from nowhere for individuals to be able to have a career, but more importantly to realise something so important, this dream that is so far-fetched. But now, over 3 or 4 months, young David is able to really see that dream come to life, which is so pleasing for us. But on the flip side, we know there's so many more of those stories out there and so many more kids that we're trying to help. And I think tonight is about the success that we've had in New South Wales, but coming back home and absolutely kicking so many more goals back here. And Michael and I have been trying to come back to SA for a long period of time. Port Adelaide and the Crows didn't want us, Premier, I have to tell you. And if Gav Wanganeen's here, he took all the money, that's why he couldn't take us. But this really is a success story about the ecosystem we can now create here in South Australia. And GHD have proven what a fantastic partner they're going to be. KPMG have come on board as well, which is fantastic. But we're always looking for organisations who have skills, who are like-minded, who want to support. And any support that we can have, the Go Foundation helps individuals on the ground in our schools. And we're very much looking forward to how this relationship's going to go here in South Australia and actually being home back in SA a lot more. So thank you very much and have a great night.
Thank you.